Hi besties, what's up? My name is Makenzie and welcome back to my channel and welcome to me reacting to the top 24 books I wanted to read in 2024 and giving you an update on them. I'm gonna be honest, even though my reading has been pretty good this year, I sincerely doubt that I've read a majority of these books. In fact, I know that I probably haven't. I don't know all the books that are on here. I have an educated guess on some of them, but others, I really don't know. I have a bullet journal spread of all the books that I wanted to read this year, and they're all off of my physical TBR, but for the sake of me being surprised and you guys getting my genuine reactions, I wanted to not go get them. I do know a few of them, just full transparency. I have seen a couple of them, like when I was flipping to go find the pages. I saw two of them on the right side, and then I think on the left side of the spread, I also know a couple of them because I know I've read a couple of them, so full sake of transparency aside, I will be popping the covers right here. I doubt that we're gonna get any good, solid, concrete synopses for these books, so please forgive me. But yeah, I'm not here to synopsize these books. Most of the time I go into books not necessarily knowing what they're about, so we're just gonna get into it. I will also be covering like with my arm, so the first one I know for a fact because I've tried to start this video a couple times, but I could not get the lighting right. Also, I apologize for this background. My bookshelf is currently overtaken right now. So anyways, the first one is We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Faizal. I believe I'm saying their name right. If I'm not, I apologize, but I haven't read this one. I got it for Christmas, which I think is also a theme that you're gonna see throughout this video is the books I got for Christmas that I wanted to prioritize. So yeah, We Hunt the Flame has been on my TBR forever. I believe it's about like a girl and a prince that is basically a spy. Again, not the best synopsis, but I believe that's kind of the general gist of it. I'm very excited. I've heard great things about Hafsa Faizal's writing. I don't think I've read any of their other works. I'm very excited for this to be my first work that I've read by them because I think it's going to be really great. Next, we have House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J. Maas. And at this point, I would say like a third, maybe a quarter of the way through. I think I'm about 200 pages through. So this is the second book in the Crescent City series. I am behind on that, obviously, if I haven't even finished the second book, but I am really enjoying what I've read so far. I just haven't been able to make the time to continue on with it, but I am really loving what I've read. If you don't know, House of Earth and Blood, the first book in the Crescent City series, follows Bryce and Hunt Athalar, and basically they're tasked with finding out who murdered people. Very basic gist. I really love the Crescent City series. Like I said, I've loved what I've read so far of the second book, so I'm excited to continue on with it. Next we have The Hurricane Wars by Thea Guzman, I believe is how you say their last name. I apologize. Pronunciation, not my strong suit. All I know is that it's a romantasy. I know that it was really popular last year and I'm very excited to read it. I hope I really like it because I bought, I think it was the Fairy Loot exclusive edition secondhand around Christmas, so I hope I like it. Next we have Magnolia Parks, the first Magnolia Parks book by Jessa Hastings. All I know is that this follows a toxic relationship. I have tried to read it a couple times and I just don't think it's been the right time, so I'm gonna continue trying to read that. Hopefully I do, and hopefully I like it because I really want to. Next we have A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas as well. I have read that one actually, and it is my favorite book that I've read so far this year. Yeah, I really liked it. If you don't know, it's the fourth book in the ACOTAR series by her, and this one follows one of Feyre's sisters, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like I said, obviously it's my favorite book of the year so far. I really enjoyed it. I actually started a reread so I could annotate the copy that I have, so hopefully I can continue on with that reread and annotation process sometime soon. Next we have another one that, spoiler alert, I have read, and it's called Betting on You by Lynn Painter. Betting on You was one of my most anticipated releases of last year, so I'm really happy that I got to it when I did. And honestly, I actually like read it all basically in one day. I really enjoyed it. So if you don't know, we follow our main characters, Charlie and Bailey, and they meet when they're both flying home to go see their respective parents from their other parents' houses. And they get off on the wrong foot, but eveventually they meet back up, and it's kind of like, I wouldn't even say rivals to lovers, but like dislike to lovers. I don't know. Anyways, I really enjoyed it. I'm actually also rereading it and annotating it, so I really liked it. I was really glad about that too, because not a lot of people have liked it from what I've heard, so I'm happy that I was one of the outliers. But I will say, the first few pages, I was not a fan of Charlie, but he grew on me throughout the book. it's really fun. I really enjoyed it. Next, we have Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. And from what I know about this book, it follows our main character, Shannon. And she is heavily bullied in the school that we first start out with her in. And we find out that basically her mom is going to start working more so that she can send her to this elite private school so that the bullying can stop. I have read like 2 chapters of it. I really am enjoying it. The little bit that I've read, I was just hesitant to continue on with it at the time that I was reading it because it deals with some harder topics and I didn't know if I was ready to tackle those at the point that I was reading it, but I think I am now, or I'm more ready now than I was then. So hopefully I can get to it eventually. I actually have all the other books in the series too, so really hope I like it. Next we have Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. I actually have no clue what this one is about, if I'm being completely honest. I think it follows a prince and his body double, possibly. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure, but I have loved everything by Cassandra Clare that I've read by her, and I'm very excited to hopefully get to this one. I'm also very interested to see what she does outside of the Shadowhunter realm because I've never read a book by her outside of the Shadowhunter realm. Next we have The Stolen Songbird by Danielle L. Jensen. I feel like this is one of her, it's one of the books that isn't as talked about by her. It did get a cover redesign and it's so pretty. I also got this book for Christmas. I believe it's about a girl who goes to a troll realm. I'm not 100% sure, but I've been interested in it for so long. So I'm very excited to get to it when I can. Next we have Lore Olympus Volume 4. I'm a real one for putting that on there because I have read it. I really like it. It's the continuation of the Lore Olympus series. You can read it free on Webtoon, I believe. It's by Rachel Smythe. I really liked it. I think I rated it either 3.5 or 4 stars. I love the Lore Olympus series. I'm a real one for putting that one on there. It's fun. So basically Lore Olympus is just a Hades and Persephone retelling. That's really all you need to know. And like I said, you can read it for free on Webtoon if you're interested. So I highly recommend it. I'm having such a good time. Next we have my biggest disappointment. The one that I know I'm gonna love this, so why haven't I continued on with it? We might never know. Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. Why haven't I read it? I did start it last year, I just never continued on with it, but I read like the first chapter and I was already obsessed, and I actually have a Fourth Wing pullover that I wear religiously. So you guys might be actually kind of surprised to hear that I haven't read Fourth Wing, and I'm mortified. I really am, because I think it's going to be a 5-star read. I'm super excited. So basically, from what I've gathered from the first chapter, is it follows Violet, and Violet has been training her whole life to be a scribe in the scribe quadrant, but at the last second, her mom pulls her and says, you're going into the writer quadrant, and basically that is the most deadliest quadrant that you can be put into. So you have to go through trials to get into it, I believe. So like I said, I'm really enjoying what I've read of it so far. I would restart it, obviously, but yeah, I'm bummed that I haven't continued on with it. What the heck? What's with that? I don't know, but very excited to read that eventually. I know it's gonna be 5 stars. I'm scared of it. I'm really scared of it, because if it's not 5 stars, then I might as well fling myself off of a bridge, to be honest. I won't do that, but I might as well. Next, we have This Woven Kingdom by Tahereh Mafi. I love the books I've read from Tahereh Mafi. I haven't read Shatter Me. I really want to read Shatter Me, but This Woven Kingdom is kind of like not higher on my priority list necessarily, but I'm very excited to read it. This is one that I literally have no idea what it's about. I'm not even going to try with a synopsis, but yeah, I'm very excited to get to it. The covers are beautiful. I also have the whole trilogy of this one, so hopefully I like it. Hopefully. Fingers crossed that I really like it, because these covers are gorgeous. And if I like that, then I'm definitely going to read Shatter Me. I mean, I'm already gonna read Shatter Me, but it would just be the little confidence boost that I need, I guess. Next we have Lore by Alexandra Bracken. I believe that this has been on one of my yearly TBRs before, but this is the year I'm gonna read Lore. This is another one that I think I'm really gonna love. I just haven't gotten around to it, but I believe this book follows the gods, Greek gods, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, because there's Medusa on the covers, so I'm assuming that it follows Greek gods of some sort. And I believe that they come down to the earth, and it's basically a bunch of mortals trying to kill these gods, and I believe there's one god left. If I'm not mistaken, I could be, but I'm very excited to read it. I think it's gonna be fantastic when I actually do. We'll just hope that I get to it. But every time I see it on my shelf in my bedroom, I want to pick it up. I just haven't had the guts to yet. So next we have a very intimidating one. Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous about Mistborn. I'm so nervous. I know very basic, very basic, dumbed down version of what Mistborn is about. Basically, it follows Mistborns who can ingest metals, and Mistborns are the ones that can ingest and gain power from every type of metal in this world. And I've heard nothing but phenomenal things. My dad has read the whole series and he loves them. I actually also have, well, the first 3 books in Mistborn Era 1, so I'm hoping I like it. I have read Brandon Sanderson before. I've read the Skyward series by him, minus Defiant, which is the last one. Next we have Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo. Second book in the Alex Stern series. I believe it's going to be a trilogy if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, I am very excited to read Hellbent. It was one of my most anticipated releases the year that it came out. And then I wanted to read Ninth House again before I got to Hellbent, and I just never did. I have the really pretty exclusive editions from Barnes & Noble, so I will hopefully be reading Hellbent eventually. I wanted copies that I could annotate, and I wanted to get rid of my Book of the Month editions that I had, so that's like the only reason that I haven't reread it. I actually got those for my birthday this year, the new special editions. But anyways, excited about that. We'll see how that goes. I'm at a standstill right now, besties. I just looked at the next book. I haven't been like looking too far down the list. I did something silly. I did something silly goofy. I looked down at the next book that I have to talk about. I didn't go through this list apparently enough times to see that I did this, but I put Silver Flames on my TBR twice. So I only have 23 books. Now I'm at a standstill because I could do one of two things. I could put a book that I've already read from my physical TBR on here. It's tempting. It's there for the taking. I could do that. Or I could choose another book from my physical TBR. So at the end of this video, I guess we're gonna find out the 24th book I'm gonna read this year because I have no clue. Like I said, I could do a book that I've read. I could. But I don't even think I've read that many books off of my physical TBR this year. Okay, actually looking through my Goodreads, that answers that question for me. I have barely read anything from my physical TBR at all this year. So I can't even count anything from that. So that sucks. I guess we're gonna figure out together what the 24th and final book is going to be. So let's continue on with the next one. Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. I'm a Twilight girly. I love the movies. Never read the books. Plain and simple as that. Follows Bella, our main character, and she falls in love with a vampire. I don't think anything else needs to be said, so excited to read that finally. Feel like I'm a fake Twilight girly because I haven't read the books. Next we have Shatter Me, also by Tahira Mafi. I guess I put Shatter Me on here too. I really should have re-looked at this, but that's okay. So Shatter Me follows Juliet, and Juliet has a lethal touch. And at the beginning of the book, we find out that she's been locked up for a long time. We just don't know why she has been. So very excited to read Shatter Me. I read the first chapter of this one last year too, and I really enjoyed it. I just haven't made time to continue on with it. Next, we have Ruthless Fae by Caroline Peckham and Susan Valenti. That is the second book in the Zodiac Academy series. Gosh, that was rough. I am very excited to continue on with that series. I literally read the first book in like one day. It was a little bit ridiculous. It really was, but I'm very excited about it. I really liked the first one. I don't see why I shouldn't like the second one. The only thing I'm nervous about though is that I think I only have the first 3 books physically, which I'm not reading them physically at all, but I know that I'm going to want to collect the series if I really like the other ones. So I guess we'll see. But I don't have the room on my bookshelves for those, so I guess we're going to see. Next, I have Immortality by Dana Schwartz. I really liked the first book, Anatomy, a love story. Basically, it follows our main character, Hazel, and she is trying to get into this elite program so that she can become a surgeon. And because she's a girl and because it's set in the 1920s, they obviously think that girls can't be surgeons. So she goes on this quest to basically prove to the professor that she can do it. And oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with the first book. 5-star. I loved it so much. I actually had to readjust my rating because when I talked about it in my favorite book video of last year, it wasn't 5 stars. But that was a lie. It was a lie. So yeah, I'm very excited to get to Immortality. I just haven't made the time to do that either. It seems like I have a lack of time these days. And that's obviously mostly a joke, but anyways. Next we have These Twisted Bonds by Lexi Ryan. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited, guys. She has another book coming out and I'm very excited for that as well. But I said that I couldn't pre-order it until I finished that duology. So These Twisted Bonds, it's the second book in these Hollow Vows duology. And I really liked these Hollow Vows when I read it. So essentially we follow our main character and her name is Bree. And essentially one day when Bree comes back from the market, she finds out that her evil aunt has sold her sister to the Fae court and she basically has to infiltrate it to get her sister back. I really liked the first one. It was super fun and lighthearted. So I'm really excited to get to the second book. Next we have Lightlark by Alex Astor, another TikTok sensation and another one that I am very excited to read. I'm interested to see what I think of it because I feel like it's very hit or miss with what people think about it. I literally have no semblance of a synopsis for this one. I can't even remember what it's about. Actually, wait, hold on. I think it follows 6 POVs and they're coming together for a competition to the death. I don't remember what the winner wins, but yeah, I think that's what it is. I could be wrong. Yeah, I've heard really mixed things, so I guess we'll see how I feel. Next we have Scarred by Emily McIntyre. Scarred is the second book in the Never After series. I believe it's a Lion King retelling or loosely based on Lion King. And I'm very excited to read that too. It's dark romance. And I need some dark romance in my life. I have not read any dark romance books this year. What a shame. I need to rectify that as soon as I can. And then next we have Matched by Ali Condi. This book is super old. I mean, I don't think I've ever once heard someone talk about it, but essentially, I believe Matched follows our main character, and in this society, you get matched to the person you're supposed to be with for the rest of your life. And I believe the person that she gets matched up with is not too thrilled and doesn't believe in the system. So other than that, that's really all I know. All right, now we get to the fun part in which I try to decide what book I should read. You know what? The other book I'm going to put on here is The Atlas 6. I think that's going to be my 24th and final book. I haven't read that. If I don't read it this year, I think I'm going to unhaul it because I've tried to read it a couple times, but I just have never been successful. I thought that I was really going to like it, and I was really liking it at the beginning, but I don't know. The further I've gotten into it, the less I've liked it. If you don't know, The Atlas 6 is by Olivia Blake. And it follows people that are trying to become like the protector of the Alexandria Society library, I believe. And yeah, like I said, I liked the beginning part of it, but I just didn't love the part that I had gotten up to. I just couldn't get past that part. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, with all that being said, it looks like I've only read, 3 books. So I have a lot of work to do. I still have 21 more books to read on this list, which is fine. I could have made it easy on myself and put a book on here that I've already read, but like I said, I've barely read anything from my physical TBR this year, unfortunately, so yeah. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. If you've read any of these books, let me know what you thought of them down below. Give me some motivation to finish my 2024 TBR, because this was the year I wanted to finish that. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, other than that, thank y'all so much for watching. If you liked it, don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you feel so inclined, and hit the bell so that you're notified every time I post a new video. And I will talk to you guys in my next video very soon. Bye everyone.
When you're not here, the sun don't shine. When you're not near, I don't feel like